Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be reviewing Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. I rented this thing because I wasn't a big fan of the original. It was okay. Uh, it had some nice little nods to other horror films like Dawn of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Living Dead, which was pretty cool, but I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, so I rented this one just to see what it was going to be like. But before I go on with this review, since it is pretty nasty and gory and gooey and goopy and pussy and bloody and vomitous and all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you one of my own little gore stories here. So I was in the shower the other day, and in my shower, there are the remnants of what used to be a towel rack, to hang your towels on, which I still don't understand why there would be a towel rack inside of the shower, because it's just going to get wet, and then what's the point of a wet towel before you use it? Anyway, so on the left side, the piece, it's like these ceramic pieces that are mounted into the wall, like cemented into the wall, not screwed or anything. The one on the left, which is behind you when you're standing in front of the shower, is broken off. So the wooden piece that connects it is gone, and there's just the one up front, which juts out from the wall about that far, and it's in front of you. So I was in the shower, and I don't remember if I was turning the shower off or getting some soap or whatever, but I bend down and I banged my head on that thing. I buckled down to the ground. I'm like, oh god, it was pretty painful. I looked up my hand. I'm not bleeding or anything. But man, I was getting pissed off because I banged my head on that thing like 4 or 5 times. I was like, I just want that thing gone. So instead of collecting myself and going and grabbing a hammer and pounding it off, because I mean, it's not like you can't unscrew it. I mean, I guess I could have sat there and chiseled it off, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm banging. So anyway, instead of doing that, I'm still in the shower. Well, I decide that my hand's good enough hammer. So I bang that thing once, bang that thing twice, and it comes off, clang in the bottom. And all of a sudden, I get this excruciating pain in my hand. I look down. You can see it. Nice flap of skin there. I guess the piece that was still on the wall had sliced through my hand. And it was like flapping. Some blood was just like gushing out of it. And my girlfriend comes in because she had heard the clang. And she's like, what did you do? You alright? Did you fall? She thought I fell down in the shower or something. I was passed out. I was like, no, I just banged my head on that thing again. And I was just tired of it being there, so I hit it with my hand. And this happened, and she freaked out. I probably should have gone to the doctor because it's pretty deep, man. I think I could see bone or ligament or something. Cause there's something white down there. When I wiggled it, it moved. But I don't have insurance, and I just couldn't do that. So I just put the skin back over there and got a Band-Aid and went on my way. Neosporin this thing. Hope my finger doesn't rot off. Anyway, enough about my rotting finger. On to the movies. Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. As I said before, I'm not a huge fan of the original movie. It was okay. Um, you know, it seemed to take itself a little more seriously than it should have. Um, but at the same time, not taking itself seriously, I don't know. Anyway, it was just okay. But if you remember at the end of that movie, there's a water truck that leaves, um, basically telling you that the poison water is, the infected water is going to go out and just make all kinds of people sick. Well, I guess in this one, that water company's distribution is not so um, wide, but it picks up where that left off, and the water company that it has all this infected water is making deliveries out to the local schools and stuff, and that's where this picks up. It's basically kids in a high school at a prom, and that's where the virus breaks out and everybody starts getting sick. They do throw an extra element in there to make this one a bit more interesting. I won't tell you what, but it's not just kids at a prom getting sick. There's an extra little element in it. They don't really explain it either at the end, but whatever. Uh, it's got some interesting little, um, interesting. They're not cameos. They've got nice little parts, but Michael Bowen is in it. Um, he plays a gay principal. Jude Freelander's in it, who was from Feast. If you've seen Feast, I think he's in some of the sequels too. And Dave Matthews Video, he plays one of the. He's like a night security guard for the water company. Oh, and Giuseppe Andrews is back, which to me was the best part of the first Cabin Fever. was Giuseppe Andrews playing the sheriff or cop or whatever. And another guy that's in it that I was really surprised to see in it plays Giuseppe Andrews. Winston is Giuseppe Andrews' character. Plays his cousin, I think. If you've ever seen American Movie, it's a documentary about these two guys trying to make a movie, low budget movie. He's also in this one, which I have, Horror Business, basically about documentary about low budget horror filmmakers and what they go through to get their movies made. He's in it. He's trying to make a new horror movie. His name's Mark Borchardt. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But he's actually pretty good. He plays Winston's cousin. I mean, he does a pretty good job in it. I was really surprised to see him. But this one's a little bit more. It doesn't take itself very seriously. It's a lot more goofy, and it's just a lot more fun than the original, or than the first one. I'm sorry. It's just a lot more fun. There's just I don't know. It's just a lot more fun. I had a lot better time watching it. I actually like this one better than the original. And man, it's got some nasty stuff in it. People vomiting everywhere, vomiting blood, peeing blood. You get pussy boils on people's faces and their lips, and people's heads are getting smashed in, and nail guns and arms chopped off. And oh yeah. And there is one. Any male out there that watches this movie will know what I'm talking about when they see it. There's a part. I won't explain what happens, but you're gonna be grabbing your junk and going, oh God, you know. So it is quite nasty and gory. On the DVD, it says here on the back of this making of gore featurette. They don't call it that on the menu when you check it out. It starts off kind of like it's going to be a making of the movie, but it ends up being a making of the gore featurette. They go through different steps of different gore scenes, and then there's a gore reel, which is basically just different gore scenes, and they show you a bit more of it, which, I mean, we've watched it in the movie. I don't know why we got to watch it again, but so the features, not so great. There's no commentary, so not much to speak of on the features, but not bad little movie. I liked it better than the original, or the first one. So if you're a fan of the first one, you may or may not like this one. If you're not a fan of the first one, I say check it out, because I think it stands alone by itself as a pretty good movie. And if you hated the first one, I wouldn't bother with this one, because you're probably not going to like it either. But definitely rent it, make your own decision. I don't think this one's necessarily a buyer, but definitely a renter. So check it out and eat something nasty while you're watching, see if you can puke or not. Anyway, we'll see you next time.